Hi, my name is Courtney Lambert. For this book review, I read the book The Child Called It by Dave Pelzer. Have you ever thought about the kids in this world that don't have a good family life, and that are abused? Well, Dave Pelzer, the little boy in this book, knew personally how it felt. For me, this book was very sad and disturbing. The story takes place in Daly City, California in 1973. Dave was abused by his mom as a kid, but it wasn't always that way. In the years before Dave started being abused, he had an amazing family. His parents were normal parents that loved their children very much. Dave had two brothers that he got along with well. The family would go on trips and vacations all the time. Dave never thought that anything would ever tear his family apart. Over time, things started going wrong. Dave's parents started drinking. The book doesn't say why or what made them start drinking, but whatever it was turned them into monsters, mostly the mother. She started to take her anger out on Dave. Not Dave and his brothers, just Dave. Dave had no idea why he was being abused or why his brothers weren't. His mom would just say that he was a bad boy that deserved to be punished because he was ruining her life. The dad did not do any of the abusing, but he did not stop it either. Every once in a while, he would try to stop the mother from hurting Dave, but she would argue with him, saying Dave deserved what he was getting. Soon the dad would just give in to the mom and let her do what she wanted. The mother would punch, kick, and slap her son. Dave could not sleep in the house with the rest of the family. He had to sleep in the garage. His bed was an old army cot, and he had no covers to keep him warm. His clothes were basically rags that he wore for weeks, and he didn't get baths, so he smelled very bad. Dave also didn't get fed very often. When he did, all it was scraps of spoiled food. Dave would try to sneak food from the trash can after the family was done eating, but once his mom caught him, she would put the food at the bottom of the trash can where he could not get to it. When he was at school, he would steal food from kids' lunch boxes or take frozen food from the school cafeteria and eat it. When he got caught and his mother found out, she would make him throw up every day after school to make sure he didn't eat anything while there. Sometimes she would make him eat his own vomit. The mother did worse things when the father was gone to work. Once she made Dave put his arm in the flame on the stove. After his mom had another baby, she would shove the baby's dirty diapers in Dave's face and make him eat it. She also made him lay in the bathtub with freezing water in it for hours and would lock him in the bathroom with chemicals so that he couldn't breathe. Dave was even stabbed in the stomach by his mother and never taken to the hospital. One of the mother's friends started getting suspicious about the mom being abusive. When his mom found out, she threw a fit and then sat Dave down and told him she was tired of the life they were living and wanted Dave to forgive her for everything and forget all that had happened. Dave was extremely happy. He didn't know better and accepted her apology. The next day, a lady from social services showed up and asked Dave questions. When the lady asked if Dave had ever been beaten, he said only when he was a bad boy. The mom was not happy with that. After the lady left, Dave started getting beaten again right away. One day, the school finally got involved and had a police officer come take Dave to the Daly City police station, where the police officer called and told Dave's mother that he would not be coming home and said he is in the custody of the San Mateo Juvenile Department. The police officer looks at Dave and says, "You're free." Not all child abuse stories have happy endings, but for Dave Pelzer, the end of his abuse was a happy new beginning.